Harpocrates, do you have a moment?
For you, Clive, always.
Well, actually, it's for mid this time. Could you take a look at this?
Shielding for a mithril engine? Whatever will that girl think of next? And what are these notes around the edges?
She has some specific requirements for the materials. The shielding needs to be able to resist extreme heat on the inside, and yet remain cool enough on the outside not to set the ship alight, while also being light enough not to sink it. As you can imagine, she's struggling to find anything that meets her needs.
I see.
I wondered if you might know of a solution, or if you might be able to search the records for one.
Perhaps it is not a different material she requires, but a different approach.
What do you mean?
Consider the lake we have made our home. Its blighted waters eat away far more quickly than fresh water or even brine, at timber and steel alike. And yet, we have made a home here from those very materials nonetheless.
We have. But Bardolph must varnish every board twice over to keep it from rotting. And Obelus complains that without a constant supply of pitch. I see.
Early Gregorian histories speak of a preparation known as moon dew. Before the dragoons tamed the worms and wyverns of the realm, nobles would daub their castle walls with. So if we could, it might be applied to some material or other in order to provide the protection Mid requires. As to how best to apply it and to what material, I shall speak to them and see if you would be so kind as to procure the necessary ingredients. I shall discuss the knowledge of the past.
Thank you. And since you're asking others to...
So you need a hand?
We do. I'll be heading to market for the ingredients we need.
The other can assist me in researching how best to prepare the...
Can we count on your aid?
Always. Well, if Jill's...
Thank you.
I am sure either of these fine young minds would prove indispensable in...
Shielding that guards against even the most ferocious flames.
So, Clive, who will accompany you?
All right, so...
I have taken the liberty of preparing...
Garlic? Are you sure this is the right Looks like the ingredients for someone's...
Though these items may seem mundane, so much so, in fact, that now, of course, they can be obtained.
Well, isn't... I was hoping to be able to make a trip over that way sometimes.
All right.
See you later, Clive.
Good luck with your research. Now, where's Talia?
And what can I do for you? That's the best I can do. An excellent choice. I do like a customer who knows what he wants.
Keep them pilchards nice and chilled. I won't have you spoiling
Need
another
to stock up
batch.
on these.
Slavers don't even bother with Northreach now all the hype on the thread south.
There you are, Talia.
Ah, and we shouldn't have any problems finding what we need in a place. But if time is of the essence...
All right.
Let's see now. Why don't you meet me by the gate when you... Don't tell me you've forgotten what you're looking for already. Garlic and pepio nuts. Do you want to take the list?
Up! You'll not find a bruised pippin in the bushel.
All anyone ever wants anymore is water grape. How am I supposed to make a living?
We haven't much, but you're free to look. I hope it's to your liking.
There's talk at the glass.
What do you want? Go on, take it.
That should do it. Hopefully Talia's finished too.
Well...
I did.
Garlic and... We should get this back to Tomes, then. But... Do you know, I think this is the very first time... In all the years since you and that scowl of yours first appeared, you haven't invited me out once.
Well, it seemed long overdue. And you did say you had some shopping.
I was hoping to restock my supplies of herbs and liniment, yes. You and Jill alone burned. No luck, though. My usual supplier's not here.
I'll ask Karen when we get back. What is it?
Oh, I came here with Sid once. And just like today, I came away empty-handed. Sid even said he'd speak to Karen for me when... Has it really been 5 years? I remember it as if it was yesterday. Hold on. Does that mean it's been 5 years since we met? Feels a lot longer.
It does. In a good way, of course. Thank you.
For what?
For everything. I just want you...
Do you think I'd stick around if I thought... But in the spirit of shared... You're appreciated too. Well, I think I ought to get these ingredients back to Tome. I'll meet you back at the hideaway.
All right.
I heard you the first...
How's work on the shield?
Well, very well indeed. I was just explaining to Talia how we... And now that we have all the...
You can count on me. I've mixed more than a few mysterious concoctions in my...
What about the shielding itself?
Work is underway. Under the watch.
Apparently, it'll be ready soon.
Thank you.
Right then. Jill, would you join me in the infirmary? Many hands make light...
Of course.
Oh, and it was good to talk.
It appears our work... A shame. I was in when both the shielding and the moondew are ready, followed by a rigorous, perhaps someone ought to warn.
Leave it to me. Thank you, Oppo. Don't give Mid the good news, then. Sorry to keep you up, but you'll be pleased to know that work...
You found something for...
In a manner of speaking, Hippocrates knew of a substance that's highly... He's supervising the construction.
Brilliant! I knew...
Don't thank me.
Right then, better start working out how to bolt all to the black...
You know, when I got into the smithing game, I thought I'd be making swords and shields, not...
Displacement stack.
Same different. Whatever you call it, I ain't putting it together. Let's take this out, Mid. You get all the parts lined up.
On my way.
Oh, and bring me the biggest hammer you can find.
It's finished.
Thank fuck for that. I'll be feeling my hammer arm for...
Thank you, Clyde. That's one down and just...
I'm sorry.
Oh, didn't I tell you? The Enterprise has 4 mithril engines, and we'll be needing a displacement stack.
You don't mean...
Don't worry. Now they've got a finished one to work off. My gang in Canva can build the rest.
Good luck to them, I say. Right, I'm off to get a sling for this elbow. Any other work?
What's the matter?
Nothing. Thinking about the Enterprise sailing off over the horizon to shores unknown, searching for a land untouched by the Blight. So if the worst came to the worst and every scrap of soil in the Twins turned black, that's what she was meant to be. You see, one last chance, but now she's so close to being finished. I've realized I don't want her to be just a lifeboat for us to cling to if things get desperate. I want people to sail aboard her by choice, in a world where we're not just trying to survive, but...
I'm working on that, and I'll do everything I can to get you what you...
All right. As soon as the Enterprise is fit to sail, sod our plans, I'm trusting in...
Are you sure about this?
Something tells me it's...
He'd be proud of
you.
I was.
Right. There's just one thing I need to finish up first.
All right. I'll let him...
Aye, aye, Captain.
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Really? That's a ship. Let's sail it around the lake.
The Enterprise will have 4 mithril engines, each needing its own displacement stack. So just 3 more like this, and we'll be finished.
Is that the thing Tomes helped to build? Yeah. He said it was some sort of chimney stack. Must be quite a fireplace.
Hugo Kupka's dead, isn't he? We don't have to live in fear of him anymore.
Is that you done, then? Mid's not roped you into building the rest of the board, has she?
All right, Clive. Mid finished sending half the hideaway traipsing across the Twins, has she? I swear. That no excuses, nah.
Not quite. She said there was one final thing.
She said that?
She...
Clive, were you born yesterday or something? She'll probably be halfway to Canva, but...
Mid... I might still be able to catch her.
How you doing? Quick look. Always something in there.
She's got to visit her old man's grave sooner or later.
Hugo Kupka's dead, isn't he? We don't have to...
Obolus.
Yep.
Then I'm too late.
You in a hurry and all, are you? Oh, I offered to take her across, but she wouldn't wait. But anyway, I was on my way. Got a letter. Urgent, by the sound of it. One of your uncle's men said I would...
Thank you, Obolus.
Don't mention...
What tidings? Trouble in Canva. Well...
So what? Mid got us to do all the dirty work and then just sailed off into the sunset?
Well, nothing we can do about it, but next time you plan on visiting Sid, you might want to tie her to something before...
Ah, don't be so hard on her. Gotta admit, the dirty work was kind of fun. Just like when we built this place.
You're right.
Anyway, we all set to head to the old hideaway. I could do with getting to Canva wouldn't do to keep Lord Rosfield of the Seven High Houses waiting now.
Gav will be leaving with me.
You can count on me. Just be sure to give Sid and the others my regards.
Oh, by the way, Jill, she's got some things to take care of.
I hope she's telling the truth. Well, Sid, I remember what you told me. That if no one is listening to what you have to say, you may as well not say it. But I will say this, old friend. Hugo Kuka is gone. His shadow looms over us no longer.
It's a pity the Phoenix can't be in two places at once. If he'd have been with us, maybe he could have done something for the lost.
Not even the Phoenix can bring people back from the dead. Life has a beginning and an end. So we must live while we have the chance. And not as slaves to the crystals, but as free men.
May we join you?
Lady Karen, what a pleasant surprise.
I thought I'd drop by and see how you were all doing before heading off to restock my supplies. wasn't the most scenic view back then, but it were never as bad as this.
I know. The Blight marches on. And soon, there will be no escaping sights like these. So our mission remains unchanged. We cannot stop until every Mother Crystal is gone, and their thirst for ether with them. The only one that remains in Storm is Drake's Tail in the Crystalline Dominion.
Our next target.
We're going to Twinside.
It's the capital of the Empire these days. I wouldn't like to think how tightly guarded they've got the place. Not that that'll stop you, but we do well to scout it out before you go charging in.
We would indeed.
If you're off to the Dominion, you can take this great lump with you.
Goods.
Oh, I am sorry. Have you forgotten you're the most wanted man in the Twins? I thought you might like to disguise yourselves as the attendants of a travelling trader, assuming you've no better ideas. You wanted to buy yourself some tools, didn't you? Well, now's your chance.
You're letting me go? With them? Oh, thanks, Nan!
Stop that! You'll break me bones, you great galoot! There's a caravan that runs back and forth between the Dominion and the Bocklad markets. It's managed by the Merchants Guild. Just show them Goots' traders pass and you'll be on your way. It'll be a damn sight less risky than footing it the length of the Crystal Road. That's for sure.
Thank you, Karen. And glad to have you with us, Goots.
Okay then. I'll get me things and I'll meet yous there. See yous down in Bocklad.
Get off! Me poor fingers!
Jill, you're with me.
Understood.
And Gav?
Already on my way, Captain.
Be careful.
Aren't I always?
Do you see that, Sid? Your protégé's making a proper little outlaw of himself.
We need to find a way into Drake's Tail.
Is that the thing Tomes helped?
Mid told me she was building a ship.
In case you've forgotten, Twinside's under siege. So don't be surprised if they're...
I knew it was a good idea to have editors study alongside the children. It's really stoked their competitive spirit.
Wish I could take one of our birds for a ride.
You will, one day, when we don't have to hide no more.
I think Mid might need some help.
That's it, then. I'm here. Sid, reckon you might be just...
Let's hear it.
Well, it's about this a lovely bit of kit, it is. Problem is, it won't all, which is why I've been looking for something to filter the liquid.
I imagine Ty could get some use out of this alembic too. Distilling medicines and the like.
Proper?
So what exactly do you need?
Nothing but bomb ash'll do. Gave me a sample she'd obtained from the... You pour the blackest blight water through it, and it comes out so. I did a bit, and do you know what I found out? It's only the blimmin' bones of a bomb king.
I take it that's where
I saw a billet on that. Would have gone myself, but, well, fighting dirty great balls of...
All right.
Thank you kindly. I've tried to find a supplier for this stuff, but it's rare as Chocobo's teeth.
I went up to give some greens to the...
Thank you, Clive. Not just from...
Sid! Look what the Cursebreakers brought back from Dalmekia. Said they were all the rage in Dalamil. Looks sort of funny if you ask. Have you had one before?
Something smells good.
Bombs! And they are...
Hey? The bloody great hole in it.
It's supposed to be hollow, silly.
The nobleman who visited. Was that...
I've got a few more things to pack before I leave. I'll meet yous down in Buckland.
He cracked the crystal too? You're joking.
Trouble with the ledges. What could be wrong with Torgor? Hopefully it's nothing. I got
Oh, your note. You think something's wrong?
So you can read. But I didn't say how were wrong with him. I said something weren't right. He used to love cracking the bones from Molly's boiled brow. Didn't like him. Which is why I'm of him. You've not been working him too hard.
No harder than you? Is that it, boy?
What was it he said he was?
That's what the lawsman seems to think.
Then maybe this all has something to do with...
I suppose things have been different. Perhaps Hippocrates knows something.
Instead of everything.
Lawsman.
He isn't ill, is he?
I don't think so. But according to Lady Karen, he seems to... She says he's hardly been touching his bones of late, and she believes it may have some...
I rather think she might be right. All canids are instinctively inclined to crack open, and I see no reason why a frost wolf should be any different. Accordingly, I suspect it is not... If we assume that his newfound magics require addition... It may well be that the Bones Lady Karen is a... Frost wolves, after all, habitually prey upon far larger animals, whose bones may... As to where one might find a suitable substitute, some antelopes that graze...
I don't recall ever seeing any that large.
And little wonder. The oldest and largest such creatures, the last elder antelope sighting I recall hearing about.
Even so.
Good hunting.
Is that the thing Tomes helped?
Mid told me she was building a ship.
Clive.
That's why I'm here.
Shh. Oh, don't make me listen. A little. Listen. I've some bad, and it's maybe my fault. Sadly, that square turned out to be more. I can straighten it out, I swear, but I'm gonna need help keeping it.
Bit late for that.
There you are.
So let me get this straight. You forget to pay our lenders, and instead of coming straight to me, you get Clive to come to you. You know, the man in charge of the place you've been cheerfully trying to bankrupt. And you thought this was a cunning plan. What? Well, who needs paying?
Oh, just Martha. And the dame. And, well, Lady Karen.
We owe 3 of our most trusted friends 5 million gil.
Each. They lent us the bulk of the money we used to rebuild the hideaway, you see, and, well, I must have made.
Those ledgers were my responsibility.
Do we have that much to hand? I can always ask.
No, we don't. And no, you won't. After the king's ransom we had off him. Besides, we'll need to learn to stand on...
All right. But that doesn't mean you have... Is there anything I could...
There might be. How'd you fancy taking these to Martha and the dame?
Rocks.
Rocks, he says. Worth 1,000 talents apiece. Little something Sid and I set aside, and I reckon 15 million in overdue debt probably qualifies. I just hope our associates' eyes...
I'm sure there will be.
But you know how it is with this place. Orders to bark.
I know. Which is what...
Go. Do you know why I only gave Master Clive here 2 star ruby?
Because...
Because I'd rather Lady Karen killed you.
Well...
Don't worry.
Really?
No. I don't. Blackthorn.
Not really, no.
This won't take long. I just wanted to ask how you're getting on. And you might still be doubting your craft. Even after learning the trick of that cuirass. Perhaps sharing your thoughts might help.
That bastard's like a dog with a bone. Still, he's got a keen eye, I'll give him that. He's just, well... Karen showed me something.
And that was?
A sword. And not the metal itself wasn't anything to write home about. You could slice a man clean in two with a weapon like that.
So that's what's
No. Not troubling me exactly. More...
And if you knew how to do it, we could arm the curse breakers with even better blood.
That's about the size of it, yeah.
I'll see what I can find out. Sharper swords are always... And we can't have our master blacks.
You're a soft... But I can't say I'm not grateful for it.
Thank you. Let's see what Karen knows about... You're looking...
What do you want?
I want to know about the sword you showed Blackthorn.
Running around after him?
I suppose I am, yes. But I need to help him find out how to work an edge like that.
Little wonder, I suppose. There's not many like that make it as far as the twins, and those that do go, which made it nice and easy.
Can you tell me who bought it?
You think I tell people who make... I suppose you're not likely to go nick it. Fine. Lord Ignac's the man you want. Dalmekian bloke. And he's got more money than sense, which is why he's one of my favourites. Reckon he'll still be at the inn in Dalamil.
Thank you, Karen.
Oh. And he's...
I appreciate... How are you feeling?
Better. Thanks to Taya.
I'm glad to hear it.
And Torgal helped too. Didn't you, boy?
There's talk that the glass gate
All anyone ever wants anymore is water. Great. How am I supposed to make a living?
Citizens are free to come and go as they please. Checkpoints open to all. You'll find they'll be on the northeast.
Did you hear? The gates to Heaven Hall in the area have reached us.
I want to see you again. It's all right.
Time was there were great coin sacks swinging from
Whatever to do without Sweetwater and Olive Talc.
still no
Milady.
Gift?
Oh, Ma.
Otto asked me to give to settle the hideaways and to compensate you for the time.
You disappoint me, Clive. I thought you might finally be warming to. Tell Otto he can keep his baubles. The man owes me nothing. My contribution to the restoration effort was made freely and...
You once told me Sid did you a kindness. I'd like to do the same. And for Otto's. For all of us.
It is rather fetching. Otto is lucky to have you, Clive. I doubt anything could ever replace his son. But you and the others at the hideaway are the closest thing he has to family.
Otto had a son.
Long ago, yes. Sid told me Otto lost him when he was just a boy and blamed himself for not being able to stop it. I don't know how it happened, whether there was anything he could have done, but it was clear that it weighed heavily on him.
I didn't know.
How could you have? I doubt anyone did. Besides Sid, I've never met a man more keen to bear his sorrows in stoic silence. An ill habit, given that both have always been surrounded by friends desperate to help them.
I'm beginning to see that.
Give my regards to Otto, and tell him I do so miss his visits.
Stay sharp. We don't know when those bastards will be back.
Well, we do know one thing.
Clive!
I wasn't expecting to, but it seems we still owe you, and though I doubt it's what you were...
A star, Ruby? It's worth at least twice what you owe me. More if you can find yourself the right...
Think of the difference as
interest? If word got out I charged that much, no one would ever borrow anyway. Why are you the one here asking me about a bit much, sending the Lord Marquis out to settle your debts, isn't it?
Something like that. Most days.
Same as all. Back when the place was nothing but a twinkle in the eye of a recently retired Lord Commander, word it probably knew that without his strong arm and level head, Sid may have been the face of the hideaway. And when Sid passed away, we were all worried that would be the end.
His death was hard on everyone. But it must have hit Otto.
But he didn't give up, did he? Quite the opposite, in fact. If I recall, he was the one who nominated you as Sid's... I reckon what he saw in Sid, and don't we all? Doesn't hurt that you're half as stubborn and twice as handsome, neither. That, and you keep...
I suppose I did. Gob will want to know the stones were delivered. If he's still with us.
Suppose now I have to find someone who can actually afford a star, Ruby.
Good. So Lady Karen accepted...
But she was just too stubborn to take. She threw it right back in my face, in fact, and told me...
Karen refused payment?
I hope it wasn't something I said.
I'm sure you were as tactful as ever.
Oh, wonderful. Fancy a look at the list, do you? Oh, this time Otto really... Here you go. Always something in there. Mid told me she was building a ship.
Is that the thing Tomes helped to build?
I don't know where Sid gets the energy.
No. Or where Mid gets her ideas. She isn't building a giant ship, is that?
Lady Carrot tells me you want... Would you prefer the debt was...
What debt? I may have tossed a talent, but those were donations. And you cannot...
Of course not. Surely you wouldn't shun the gratitude of a pauper who...
Oh, fine. But I'm selling it and taking what I'm owed, then you're getting the rest. Where'd you even get this? A decent trade. A canny one, meanwhile, might claim it were nicked from the belt of Sid the Outlaw himself. Might be I already have a buyer in mind. Might be you even know her. A fine continental maid whose beauty's only a click. You wouldn't mind, would you?
Not at all.
I hear you ended up delivering... Thanks to this lump. I sometimes wonder what.
Speaking of which,
Oh! So you remember what's owed to you, then? Get your ass behind that disc of yours and don't get up before those ledgers are square.
Right away.
I've seen that before.
Yeah. It was the only goblet Sid ever used. Either out of habit, or because...
I knew so little about him.
Like most people.
Martha and the Dame both seem to have fond memories of him. How long did you know Sid before?
Before he died. 20 summers. Back in the day, I was a purser on a trade ship. He bought passage to... oh, forget where. But having nothing better to do on the long nights, we set up drinking island rum till the morning bell dragged me back to my duties. Quit my post not long after that. On account of making a fine maiden's belly fat. But me and Sid stayed close, promising we'd one day sail the seas again. That was before fate stepped in and said she was having none of it. The magic woke inside my son soon after his first name day, and there was no hiding his knack.
Couldn't you and your family have...
My family were the ones who summoned the constable, wanted the monster taken away. I couldn't turn my back on him, forget what I felt, and I couldn't for the life of me understand how they could. Luckily, Sid was of the same mind as me. It was him who stood beside me when all I wanted was to tear the whole world down. Him who cried for me when I had no tears left of my own. Him who swore he'd do it. And he was true to his word, too. Left the Royal Army once and for all. Threw away everything he had. I knew then. He was always too clever for his own good, was Sid. Saw the world for what it really was, while the rest of us were content to go along with the lie we were shown. And it can't have been easy, bearing that burden alone. didn't let it stop him. He never lost faith in what he believed was right. And that gave us faith in him. Faith he'd steer us true. So I swore to myself that I'd always be right behind him, ready to catch the stubborn sod if ever he should fall. But I couldn't even do that. Ignore me. Just the ramblings of a tired old man. Leave that lot. I'll tidy it up in a bit.
This is Sid's handwriting. Dear Otto.
I may be drunk, but I wanted you to know this place would be fucked without you. Love you, you grumpy old sod.
This note.
Hmm? What about it?
Sid was right. Without you, we'd all be lost.
He should have bloody well said so then. Just once. Before he went. But then, why would he? Him, or anyone? I'd only have told him to piss off. You're wrong, though. Both of you. It was never just me keeping the hideaway afloat. It was all of us. I just shoved people in the right direction. I barely seem to be able to do that anymore.
Would you rather go at the helm?
Well, maybe I've got a few more years left in me.
I'm going to hold you to that, Otto.
Before you go, Sid would have wanted you to have this.
But that's...
This'll do me just fine. Thanks for the ray of sunshine. I'll see if I can't pay you back.
Already have. Ready, go?
Yeah!
Well, it's certainly quiet. If I were a giant antelope, it would seem like just the place. I doubt we'll find one bigger than that. You hungry, Torgal? Now, will it be enough? I say that answer, which means we owe the lawsman nothing. You're just a big puppy, aren't you? Lady Karen will be relieved to hear you've got...
I noticed you and Torgal had gone off. So, that'll teach me for treating you like you... All right. Now we know what you're after. I can see about...
Speaking of which, I brought one for...
You can, aye. In return, you can thank Tomes for me.
I was just on my way to see him.
Were you able to look?
We were indeed, lawsman. You pointed us in exactly the right direction.
Very good.
Lady Karen sends her thanks, by the way.
But that reminds me. Do you recall our conversation concerning Lady Jill's role in Torgal?
About how she somehow...
Precisely that. A reasonable conclusion, I thought. But one which raised certain questions in my mind. The Fenrir of legend served Shiva and Shiva alone. And while the powers attributed to him are certainly impressive, the records imply they are somewhat different in nature to those you described Torgal as having used.
What are you suggesting?
That Torgal may be the beneficiary. Consider that in addition to Lady Jill, in short, the icons hitherto near at hand, or should I say, and that number has only grown as the realm's dominance have fallen to your soul. One can but speculate as to how all of this...
He has seemed more... fierce.
And if I am not mistaken, he will grow fiercer still. We are fortunate...
Master Lubo says Drake's...
And what lawlessness is afoot today? My ears are always open.
People take notice of wealthy men. Shouldn't be too hard to track down Karen's collector.
Drake's fang is gone. The whole mother crystal gone. What are we gonna do?
Calm yourself. We don't know for sure. It could have just been a tremor.
Welcome. If you're hoping for a bed, I'm afraid you'll have to look elsewhere. One of our wealthier patrons has purchased the use of every room open to...
My reputation will be ruined.
Calm yourself, Lord Ignac.
Pardon the intrusion.
Out! Get out! I paid for these rooms so I wouldn't be disturbed.
Please. His lordship is going through a difficult time, and he's never been fond of guests arriving.
Radim! Get rid of the filthy oaf this instant!
Very good, Lord Ick. Would you mind stepping outside for a moment?
I'm sorry if I've caused you any...
That? No. That's just how his lordship is. Though the morning's events have left him, he has been dispossessed of his luggage, you see. The thieves also made away with a considerable amount of coin.
I don't suppose a certain blade was among a single-edged sword. It was purchased from a merchant friend.
Ah, you know Lady Karen.
Then I'll retrieve Lord Ignac's luggage. But I have one.
You have but to state it. You are welcome.
I want an audience with Lord Ignac. A few minutes.
A condition I would be a fool to refuse.
I don't suppose you saw where the thieves went.
I did not, no. Though some discreet inquiries made on his lordship's behalf, every ill-gotten coin in Dalamil is said to pass.
And that's where I'm heading.
I shall speak to Lord Ignac in your absence.
That will be very...
Farewell. It's a wonder the Republic tolerates the existence of the bandit's bed. You...
Let's go.
We've got company! Come on, lads, let's tear the bastard's head off!
This must be Ignac's luggage. Nothing seems to be damaged. All right. Let's get it back to Dalamel.
I hear I have you to thank for the return of my... What shall I call you, my good...
Wyvern. Glad to make your acquaintance.
A formidable name in... Well, Wyvern? Redeem here tells me you wished for an...
A few moments of your time should...
You're a peculiar fellow, Wyvern.
Master Wyvern was wondering if you could tell him about a certain single-edged sword you recently acquired.
Oh, true. Karen drove me hard on the price, but I would have sold her Radim here to get my hand. It was made in the Outer Isles and is used exclusively by the practitioners of a unique... They believe no combat should ever exceed a single strike, and hone their... Each sword is made for that one perfect stroke, and for that stroke only. They crack upon a second blow. There's a brutal sort of beauty to it, really.
But how do they hone such an edge?
Fine question. Why, they use a whetstone, of course. Whetstones, rather. A whole array of them, ranging from the coarse to the fine. 10,000 licks with the sharpening stone, then 10,000 more. But it is the final stone which lends the blade its legendary sharpness. A mineral quite foreign to this great realm of ours. And that is the key. The secret ingredient. Wyvern, it occurs to me that my little lecture is hardly equal to services rendered. Take this, together with my regards. The very stone of which I spoke, far rarer among collectors than even the blade itself, and a far more fitting payment.
Thank you.
Pardon the intrusion, my lordship. However, it is long past time we prepared ourselves to depart.
So it is. I am locked in bitter competition with a rival collector of curiosities. I am one step ahead of the
There are many other...
Too many to count, but only one do I... And is a perennial...
I can imagine.
Farewell, Wyvern, may our... Radim! We...
I think his lordship is rather taken with you, Master Wyvern. Coming, my lord.
Trust Uncle Byron to find now. Let's see what Blackthorn makes of this. Sorry for the wait, but hopefully he'll agree.
You learned something about us.
I did better than... Yes.
No wonder I couldn't get a safe one hit and order. Might not be so bad if all you ever fought were duels. Good luck on the battlefield. Your second opponent would be your last, no matter how good you were.
Even so, is there...
I think so, yeah. With this whetstone and the right kind of steel, I could... But there'd be no replacing this little rock once I want it. I reckon we get a dozen swords that the curse breakers wouldn't know how to wield properly. And that was... no point trying to copy that thing. But finishing our blades with a whetstone, and what's finer than fallen masonry, eh? Just imagine it. Good Valesthian steel with an edge as sharp as any. I won't make a copy, nah.
I'm sure the curse breakers will beat it. Just... don't put...
Don't you worry about me, son. I've been working day and night since I was half your age. Hey, I owe you one. August 2.
You'll be happy to...
And I'll see that my debt to you's paid. You come and find me when you've got the material.
Right.
What do you need? What do you want? Bring me the materials, and I'll think about it. Don't waste my time. You ain't got the stuff. That it? Fine.
Come on. Fly, Ambrosia.
No need to ride from here. Here. Greetings, Your Majesty. is over. Now to collect the ash. This looks like the stuff. Let's see if there's any more. That should do it. If the wine needs more than this, he can fetch it himself.
All right, there's. How's that hunt for the...
I have it here.
That's the stuff. And plenty of it, too. You're a gent, Sid. Right then. Let... Now... The Telemon Alembic.
Very impressive.
Says the man who cut down a burning boulder.
There's no need.
Don't be silly. Why don't you let me take a look at that bag of yours?
What?
Well, we happen to have isolated a substance. Thought we might use it to breathe new life into old... Ah, I reckon if we slap a bit...
Well...
That's the spirit! Well?
It certainly feels more...
Right? Told you.
Thank you.
No, for supporting Mid and the rest of us in our endeavors. I'm telling you.
Mid might need some help tidying up that work.
What do you need? Sanfordine, do you? Should last you a good while. And?
This used to be a trade route for merchants crossing the Scars, till the Republic laid a new road wide enough to let wagons pass, and all official traffic moved there.
Leaving this one for those living outside the law.
Indeed. Doubt we'll be the only outlaws on the trail today.